at 25, having to figure out how to get back in these streets. So 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to...
Honestly, I'm not sure why she's decided to bring her personal situation to the internet and make it everyone else's business. I'm also not entirely sure what she means when she says she's out here in these streets, but I guess we're about to find out. But guys, today's video features some of the wildest moments of women having complete meltdowns recently, and you definitely won't want to miss a single unbelievable clip.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25, having to figure out how to get back in these streets so I can figure out. So 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. Like, I want all of these.
The reality is, she doesn't have to live that lifestyle or take part in any of the things she just mentioned. That's entirely her choice. What stands out, though, is that those were the very first ideas she brought up when talking about starting a family. It's difficult to understand why that was her immediate way of looking at the situation.
Because 38 some years ago, I had my first child, and the regret lasts forever. So, it's really important that we're out here to say it's not healthcare, it's women. Obviously, baby, but it also hurts the generations. So my children have been affected by it as well, and I will never see grandchildren, great-grandchildren from that child.
Wow, thank you so much for standing for life and for sharing your story.
This was honestly a very emotional clip, and it highlights a point that many people often talk about. From the way the situation is presented, she seems to be expressing deep regret decades after making that decision. Whether it has been 20 or 30 years, it's clear that the experience has continued to stay with her, making this a heartbreaking moment for many viewers.
Considered romantic for a man to serve, but oppressive for a woman to serve.
You know, I actually really disagree with that. I don't think it's oppressive, but I think there's a lot of brainwash going on. I'm just going to say it straight out like that.
Like I said, it's a system set up by men. Women weren't allowed to serve, so now it just seems oppressive if we do. The roles are just weird to switch.
How do modern women respond if you ask them to make you a sandwich?
They'd respond negatively, but it's just a negative term coined by men meant to antagonize.
From the way this situation is presented, being asked to make someone a sandwich doesn't automatically come across as disrespectful or insulting. In many relationships, it's simply a small favor for your partner. Likewise, if a husband were asked to prepare lunch or make a sandwich for his wife before work, many people would probably see that as a normal act of kindness, rather than something to be offended by.
Date last night, and I left at 4 a.m. this morning and just told her to lock up. Dude, she cleans my bathroom, makes my bed, and the kicker is she done all, like 90% of my laundry. And I hate doing laundry. So I don't know if I done something right, maybe done something wrong, maybe she felt sorry for me, or I'll get a second date, who knows, but that was definitely the best.
Honestly, this man may have just met someone who could end up being his future wife. From the way this clip is presented, it's easy to see why so many people reacted positively to the interaction. I'm sure plenty of men watching would say they'd love to have someone like that in their own lives.
I think men are better than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not. They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
April, stop.
I really don't think this has to turn into a men versus women debate. People simply have different strengths, and there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. In general, men tend to be better suited for physically demanding tasks, like lifting heavy objects, just as women may excel in other areas. There's absolutely nothing negative about recognizing those differences. They're simply part of how people complement one another.
The reason why you don't hear about healthy relationships anymore is because of the fact that those of us in healthy relationships ain't got to say to y'all. Because anytime we tell you what we do for our husband or what our husband does for us, y'all look for any reason to try to come up with some type of excuse or some type of narrative that we're being controlled or that we're not really happy or I would never do that. Is exactly why you're miserable is still single, and exactly why no matter who you try to date or what you try to date, you still end up unhappy because you have this long list of what you feel like is supposed to come from a relationship. I can't remember the last time that I did laundry, but I will be out here taking the trash out because I don't give a I would rather take the trash out than to be downstairs doing laundry. You take the trash out, you're a woman. You shouldn't be taking out the trash. That's a man's job. Your man does the laundry. You should be doing that. You're the woman. It just so happens that what he doesn't like to do, I don't mind doing. What I don't like to do, he doesn't mind doing. Like, y'all are weird. My husband cooks probably most of the time. My husband taught me how to cook because I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to season. And when he gets done cooking, I serve him his plate. I serve him, and then once he's done eating, he gets up and leaves, and I take his plate, and I go there, and I clean the kitchen. The reason why we don't be talking about how good our relationship is or how healthy it is because y'all's little toxic coming in there trying to say something crazy, yet y'all are the single.
A healthy relationship is built on kindness and doing thoughtful things for each other without always having to be asked. Small gestures can go a long way in making your partner feel appreciated. And even if your husband or wife does ask you for a favor, it doesn't automatically mean they're trying to disrespect you or put you down. In most healthy relationships, it's simply about supporting one another and working together as a team.
Feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I was constantly fed this idea that women can do everything. We don't really need men. Women can have the great career and have the kids that they like and change the tires and do this. I mean, I grew up thinking men are great, but like I can do all the same things. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking. I kind of want to go back to some of those teachers and coaches and say, what the hell did you mean by that? Because women can't do it all. We can't.
Like I mentioned before, this really doesn't need to turn into a men versus women debate. Everyone has different strengths, and that's perfectly normal. In many situations, certain tasks may simply be better suited to one person than another, and there's nothing wrong with recognizing those natural differences.
If you look closely, you can see two dudes actually getting work done in the background. I don't think there's a better example of modern feminism. A bunch of chicks standing around with their fingers up their complaining about their workplace while simultaneously getting no work done. All the while, there's two dudes actually getting work done in the background. I mean, this just...
Honestly, I don't think posting something like this at your workplace was the right decision. A workplace is meant to be a professional environment where people focus on doing their jobs, not creating unnecessary drama or dividing others. From the way this clip is presented, it feels like the situation could have been handled much more appropriately. And I think both men and women are capable of setting a better example.
Men can do, we can do better.
mom could beat up anybody?
I'm pretty confident she could beat up a lot of people.
What percentage of men could your mom beat up at 5'4", do you think?
At 5 foot. She's 5 foot.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, you are aware that the average male height is like 5'9", 5'10".
So I believe last time I checked it was 5'8", yeah.
So what percentage of men in the U.S. do you think that your mom could beat up? How much does she weigh too, by the way?
Right now she's at like 145.
You're 5 foot. What percentage of men do you think your mom could beat up?
Fighting dirty, I think approximately...
The man can fight dirty too.
Yeah, approximately 80%.
Holy...
Have you ever seen a fist fight?
You are delusional,
Have you ever
my
seen
dear. So Brock Lesnar, I think he's like well over 6 feet. He's probably over 200 pounds. Could your mom beat him up?
You said he's 6 feet?
Forget his height. Let's say this is 5 foot Brock Lesnar. Could your mom beat up Brock Lesnar? UFC.
She might be able to. Okay,
You're so, oh my God, you're delusional.
From the way this clip is presented, her confidence seems far removed from reality. She claims she could defeat the vast majority of men in a fight, but many viewers would likely find that difficult to believe. Based on her size and build, it's understandable why so many people questioned that statement and felt her expectations didn't match the reality of the situation.
63. It has been several years. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
Honestly, it's sad to watch situations like this because it feels like we're seeing more and more people struggling to find long-term partners. From the way this clip is presented, it seems that both men and women are finding it increasingly difficult to build lasting relationships. Looking back over the past 5 to 10 years, many people believe this has become a much more common challenge than it used to be.
My husband cleans the coffee machine, I make the coffee. And recently, I just decided to start cleaning the coffee machine. And as I'm cleaning the coffee machine week after week, I'm starting to get frustrated. And I passively aggressive made a comment to my husband saying like, why aren't you cleaning the coffee machine, basically? And he's like, well, you've been cleaning it. And I created a whole story around my husband and me not feeling appreciated because I make the coffee and he's not cleaning it, but I've been the one cleaning it. So real life things that happen, that we create stories sometimes over things that aren't even happening, and then we wonder why, and it had nothing to do with me not being appreciated. I just was cleaning it, and now I clean it, and I don't.
Honestly, I have no idea why she decided to post this on the internet in the first place. From the way this clip is presented, all she did was start cleaning the coffee machine, something that would naturally become part of a routine over time. I'm sure her husband appreciated the effort, even if he didn't say thank you every single time. Looking at the situation, it's honestly difficult to understand what she was so upset about in the first place.
We normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things.
Absolutely not. You see, he's my husband. He is not community labor. He is not a public utility. He is not our man. He is my man. And I will curb stomp anyone over that man. And you see, this is the part that makes me laugh even harder about this is coming from a culture of women who have spent years when being asked the question, what do you bring to the table? Their answer is, well, I am the table. A table that now apparently needs my man, except the only table that this man eats from is mine. But if you need help around your house, you actually have some real options. You can call a handyman. You can call a contractor. You can call an electrician. And guess what? They are all licensed. They have websites, phone numbers, and invoices. And here's the best part. You can pay them with your INDEPENDENT money. My husband is not a shared resource. My marriage is not a community program. If you need a man to come do those things in your house, then go get.
Every relationship has its own boundaries and expectations, and those can be very different from one couple to another. From the way this clip is presented, this woman clearly isn't comfortable with her partner helping another woman with something as personal as mounting a TV in her home. Whether people agree with that boundary or not, it's ultimately something that depends on the expectations both partners have set within their relationship.
Like, what else is out there? I just wanted to explore and see what else is out there.
You kind of do because you were out there under other people. So
Well,
you know what else is out there.
Now, and I don't want anything else. I want you, Avery.
Oh my God, that sounds cringe nowadays.
Why
I
does it
just
sound so
cannot bear to
cringe?
listen to
That
you
I want to
talk
be
like
with the man I've been with for 12 years?
Okay, but you
That I
didn't.
realized I made a mistake and I want to come back to the man I love? Like, that's crazy?
Yeah, and well,
12
what's
years
crazy
of
is how much I
love,
don't
4
give a
years of
fuck.
marriage,
So-
2 children. Like, I want to come home. I want to be well.
From the way this situation is presented, she clearly made a mistake, and it may have been one of the biggest decisions she'll ever regret. The reality, though, is that for many people, infidelity permanently breaks the trust in a relationship. Even if someone is genuinely sorry afterward, a lot of husbands simply aren't willing to give the marriage another chance once that line has been crossed.
Man asks you to not dress half naked or post bikini thirst traps, it's not because he's a controlling, insecure narcissist. It's because he doesn't want other men to have access to what he has. This is just primal nature in men. It's also disrespectful. I don't care what anyone says. You dancing in a bikini on TikTok or posting thirst trap bikini photos shows other men that you don't really value your relationship. Other men see that and think, oh, well, I could go sleep with her really easily. She doesn't value her relationship anyways. And I would actually argue that the men that ask you to not dress half naked or post bikini thirst traps are more confident, more protective of you, and they are better men to marry. And he's not hiding your beauty or whatever other excuses they like to make up. I would actually argue that it's more elegant, it's more appealing, it's more beautiful to be covered up a little bit more. Calling your man insecure when they simply just ask you to not dress trashy is like him calling you insecure when he asks to go to a club. You wouldn't like.
From the way this comparison is presented, the analogy makes sense to a lot of people. If a man regularly spent his time in an environment like that while in a committed relationship, many would probably assume he was single. And if he did have a girlfriend or wife, it's understandable why she might not feel very comfortable or supportive of that situation.
Just leave for a younger woman. They leave for a softer one with softer feminine energy. A man can watch you age in his arms and still want you like day one unless you kill that vibe. Brutal truth is that desire does not die from a little bit of stretch marks or gray hair. It dies from the eye rolls. It dies when every sentence starts with a correction or when you talk to him like he is incompetent. Also, when you compete with him instead of receive. Nothing turns a man off faster than constant criticism that you call advice, mothering him instead of admiring him, speaking to him with contempt instead of warmth, acting like his presence is a burden and not a gift. Men don't need you to worship them. They need you just to respect them. Respect goes a long way. If the energy is hostile and cold, he wants you to want him, to look at him like he's your man, not your opponent. He will stay obsessed with you if you make him feel 10 feet tall, even if she's 55 plus with laugh lines, gray hair, and a softer body.
From the way this clip is presented, a lot of what she's saying makes sense. Most divorces and long-term breakups don't happen because of one single event. More often, they're the result of years of unresolved issues, frustrations, and disappointments building up until one person finally reaches a point where they simply can't continue anymore. But guys, don't go anywhere, because the final clip is easily the best one we've seen so far.
Disconnect happening between men and women right now, and I want to share something I've been realizing about why men seem to be getting better while most women are struggling more. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Men have all these platforms teaching them accountability and how to level up. But when I look at what we as women are consuming, it honestly made me realize something important. Men have podcasts like Jocko Podcast teaching discipline, Jordan Peterson teaching accountability, David Goggins teaching mental toughness, and there's so many more. They're consuming content that pushes them to build themselves up and take responsibility. But I started noticing what we as women are consuming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Call Her Daddy, Girls Gotta Eat, Real Housewives, Love Island, and there's just so many more. And I realize this content is programming us to create more drama, feel more entitled, and expect things without bringing anything valuable ourselves. I see influencers like Shira7, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, teaching manipulation tactics, and others like Ari Kitsia, if that's how you say it, promoting culture, teaching us that our value comes from our instead of building actual skills or character. Men have an entire ecosystem telling them to take responsibility and work harder, and they listen. We have way more content telling us we're perfect as we are and that our problems are someone else's fault. I've realized that most of us don't want to be challenged. Men are consuming content that makes them better. We're consuming content that makes us worse. And then we wonder why there's such.
From the way this discussion is presented, it's understandable why so many people feel that both sides are becoming increasingly divided. This isn't just something that affects relationships between men and women. Similar patterns can be seen in many other areas of society, including politics and social issues. Over time, it often feels like opinions become more polarized rather than finding common ground. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts about this entire situation in the comments below.